Hi everyone, let's talk makeup, and today I want to talk about liquid liners because I have been experimenting with liquid liners really for the last couple of months since I kind of discovered them. I've had them in my collection because they've come in kits, or yeah, I think mostly these are come in kits or were like free gifts with purchase kind of a thing. And I stayed away from them because I was a little bit afraid of liquid liner. I was feeling more comfortable with pencil liners, which are really great. They give you, I felt like, more control when you're applying a line, and if you mess up, it's a little bit easier to clean up. With liquid liners, there's not a whole lot of wiggle room when you screw up, I'm finding, but you still, if you want to use them, you gonna have to go through the process of screwing up before you get it just right. Let me change this. Do I think I've gotten it perfect, just right? No, I don't. I am still very new to liquid liner, and that's why I wanted to do a video now, because I'm hoping that once I get better, I will do this video again and see kind of how my experience and the products that I like have changed. So I don't have any liner, any mascara on my eyes, so that you can see, because I want to apply a couple of these on my eyes for you to see. But first, let me talk about one liquid liner that is a little bit different than other liners, and that is this Tarteist clay paint liner. This is a little bit of a mixture between kind of a pot liner and a liquid liner. You're not applying it with a pen or pencil. Instead, you apply it with a brush, and it comes out of this like squeezy tube. Well, you can see there. And you pick up the product and you line it. So this is actually how I got started wanting a liquid liner, because it gives you the effect of a liquid liner. My only problem with this one was that if I do a wing with it, it won't last all day. I have very watery eyes. I deal with allergies. I wear contacts. And so I always get watery, water coming out of the corner of my eye, and this liner does not last all day. It does wear, the water of my eyes does wear it off, so not waterproof. But otherwise, I found this the easiest to use. I found this to be even easier than like a pencil liner, because with the brush, you can take it little by little, piece by piece. You have a lot of control, which I really liked, but it kind of looked like a liquid liner. So that got me started thinking, okay, well, maybe I'm ready to try some liquid liners on my eyes. So I looked through my collection to see what liquid liners I own, and I found some that I really I don't like at this point. I haven't figured out. The first one that I'm like, no. The times I've used it, it hasn't come out right. It's this one from MAC Cosmetics. This one has the like Selena logo on it because it was part of that collection, but I'm pretty sure this is like part of the normal line. This is just in the color Boot Black. So this is this kind of brush. It's got a thick brush, but very pointy end. Let me make this as. But what I didn't like about it is the fatness of it. It kind of deposits a lot of product on the eye, and I don't like a thick line. And I just felt like I had very little control with this particular liner. I have a few more in this style, and I just like this one's got a thinner line and it's a little bit better. But I still, I think maybe I just don't like this style overall. And this MAC one, it's a no for me right now. But this is why I'm hoping to do this kind of video later in the future, because I'm like, maybe I'll just keep practicing with it, and maybe it's going to become my favorite sometime in the future. Alright, the last two liners I have to talk about here is the Lorac Front of the Line Pro, and then the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner in the color Trooper. So these are the ones I want to apply on my eye and show you how I do it. If you're a pro at liquid liner, you've been doing it for years, one, why are you watching this video? It's not going to be all that helpful. I think where it might be a little bit more helpful is if you're a beginner, because I'm pretty much a beginner. I still screw up with this quite a bit. But of these two liners that I've been using, I find that the Kat Von D is a lot easier to use for a beginner. Let me show you what the tip looks like and the kind of line it makes. So I find that it's a thin line that I have quite a bit of control. It doesn't, the actual tip here is not super saturated with product. If you store it upside down, you can make sure that it has more product, but I like it to not have a ton of product. That way it gives me a little bit more control out of it. So let me show you how I apply it on my eye. So I start off at the corner and just like small strokes. And I usually just do like a small little baby wing, because I'm not super comfortable doing a wing with this liner. But hopefully you saw how like easy it was for this one. Now the first few times I used it, I did screw up a little bit. I went over the line, I made it a little too big, but I still felt like this one made me feel like I could do it. Like I can do wing liner, it'll be fine. So that one made me really happy. So problems with it is that it says it's waterproof. It says waterproof liquid liner. I do not find it to be waterproof. My eyes water, and the wing, if I extend my line out, it's gone or fading halfway through the day. So it doesn't even last me like half a day. Halfway through the day, I'm already finding it disappear. So for me, it's not waterproof. Maybe there's something in my eye water that just breaks this down too easily. So unfortunately, that's really problematic for me. So the next liner is this Lorac one. Again, it's the front of the line Pro. Does it have a color? It's in the color Black Noir. So this one, let me show you the tip. It's very similar tip. This one I find that the tip gets saturated a lot more easily with product. See? And then it creates a thicker line. So I find that I have to be a little bit more careful. I can't get a thinner line with it. That's that middle line. Right? I can't get a thinner line with it, but I have to be a lot more careful with it. And this one I definitely have to store up like this, so that the tip is up, and that it doesn't end up with a ton of product right on the tip, because I don't like that. So let me show you how I use this one. So very similar to the other one. After watching some tutorials, and I didn't watch a ton of them, I just found that that's the best, most recommended way to do it, is like little strokes along the line. That way you are getting as close to the lash line as possible, and you have a little bit more control. So as they're drying out, hopefully you can see this one, because there's a little bit more product on the actual brush tip here, it spreads out a little bit more. You end up with kind of a thicker line that you might want, and but they're both very good in terms of color. You end up getting not a matte color, because I've seen touching that one up a little, because I noticed there was a little bit of shadow peeking through closer to the lash line, so I just want to get a little of that covered. So they're not super matte. I've seen liquid liners that can go matter than this, but this is pretty good for me. It's a kind of demi matte, a little bit of satin look to it, but very good. So this Lorac one, in terms of it lasting on with my watery eyes, it lasts longer than the Kat Von D, which I'm not sure why. This one doesn't say that it's waterproof, but it might be. Let me check real quick. No, it doesn't say that this one is waterproof, but it lasts longer on my waterline. It still doesn't last all day if I have a really watery eyes, like my allergies are really acting up. It won't last all day, but it will last longer than the Kat Von D, which is supposed to be waterproof, which is a bummer. But anyways, if you're a beginner like me, I would recommend trying out the Kat Von D in Trooper. If you can get a little travel size of it, I would also recommend it because I've seen those in Trooper. The Lorac one, if you're a beginner, I think it's not a bad one to try, but I wouldn't say like go buy it. I would actually kind of recommend this one more for beginners. So I'm going to keep playing with both of these liners and kind of improve my technique of applying liquid liner, and hopefully work on that wing to make it a little bit bigger and better looking. But let me know what you would recommend I try next. I saw that Fenty Beauty is coming out with a liquid liner as part of their new collection, and I really want to try that one. But that one's obviously not out, so no one's tried it yet. So if there's one out in the market that you feel is really good for beginners and is waterproof, like if you have watery eyes and you found one where you can have a wing and it'll last all day, I would really appreciate it if you told me what it is so that I can go try it out. I really I'm into liquid liners now, and I want to try a few more, and hopefully something that will be truly waterproof. That is it for me. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.